Proteins are essential components of cells, serving as both the workers and building materials. They are created through a universal two-step process called protein synthesis. First, DNA is transcribed into RNA, and then RNA is translated into protein. Promoters are specific DNA sequences located before genes that regulate when and how much protein is produced. On this episode of A Healthy Dose, we are going to learn how our body makes proteins. So, what is a protein? Proteins, essential for all living organisms, play various crucial roles such as catalyzing reactions, transporting oxygen, and protecting against infections. They are vital building blocks found in wool, cartilage, and milk, and contribute to packaging DNA in chromosomes while insulating nerve cells. Simply put, proteins are incredibly important. These molecules consist of amino acids linked together in long chains, folding into intricate three-dimensional structures, similar to origami with a lengthy, thin piece of paper. The specific shape dictated by the arrangement of amino acids determines the function of each protein. Now let's learn about the different types of amino acids. Humans use only 20 out of the hundreds of amino acids found in nature. These amino acids can be classified into three groups based on whether our bodies can make them. Type number 1, non-essential amino acids. There are 5 non-essential amino acids that our bodies can both obtain from food and produce internally. Type 2, conditionally essential amino acids. There are 6 conditionally essential amino acids that our bodies can normally generate, but they become essential in specific situations, such as during starvation or inborn errors of metabolism. Type number 3, essential amino acids. There are 9 essential amino acids that cannot be produced by our bodies. We must obtain these essential amino acids from our diet to make important molecules like hormones. Now, let's learn how proteins are expressed from genes. All living things create proteins using a similar process. It begins with a gene, which acts like an instruction manual for building the protein. This whole process is known as gene expression and has 2 main steps: transcription and translation. In transcription, cell structures mark the beginning and end of a gene, scanning the DNA sequence in between, which consists of A, C, G, and T bases. This process generates a molecular message called mRNA, mirroring the gene's sequence. Essentially, mRNA resembles a single-stranded DNA fragment in most aspects. In translation, a ribosome gets a message, aka mRNA, and uses it to assemble a chain of amino acids, creating a protein. The ribosome reads the mRNA in sets of 3 bases, known as codons, and each codon guides the addition of a specific amino acid in the protein building process. Now let's learn how the genetic code is essentially the same throughout nature. In all living things, every cell uses the same instructions for building proteins. For example, the code AGA always tells the cell to add the amino acid arginine when creating a protein, whether it's in bacteria or human cells. Simply put, all cells follow the same rules to make proteins. So, which proteins are made when? Inside a cell, not all proteins are made simultaneously. Essential proteins are continually produced, while others are only made when necessary. Some proteins, like those involved in ongoing processes, are needed in large quantities, while others, like hormones, are required in smaller amounts. So how does a cell determine which genes to activate and how much protein to produce? Promoters are like DNA instructions that decide when a gene is active. They are located in front of genes and act as a kind of docking station for proteins called transcription factors and RNA polymerase. Transcription factors receptors control the gene's on-off switch, and RNA polymerase reads the DNA to create a copy called mRNA. Strong promoters make genes more active, while weak promoters result in lower gene activity. Now, let's learn about the different types of proteins. There are 7 main types of proteins, each with specific functions. Protein type number 1, antibodies. Antibodies are specialized proteins defending the body against foreign invaders by immobilizing them for destruction by white blood cells. Protein type number 2, contractile proteins. Contractile proteins are responsible for muscle contraction and movement, with actin and myosin playing crucial roles in cellular processes. Protein type number 3, enzymes. Enzymes are catalysts for metabolic reactions, enabling the building, conversion, and degradation of essential chemical substances for life. Protein type number 4, hormonal proteins. Hormonal proteins are messenger proteins coordinating bodily functions such as growth factors, testosterone, and cortisol. Protein type number 5, structural proteins. Structural proteins maintain and protect the body's structure, with collagen being a common example found in bones, cells, and skin. Protein type number 6, storage proteins. Storage proteins preserve amino acids until needed, like ferritin storing iron for future use. The final type of protein, protein number 7, is transport proteins. Transport proteins are carrier proteins moving molecules within the body, such as hemoglobin transporting oxygen. Let's now learn about the foods that contain protein. Both plant and animal foods have protein, but not all proteins are equal. High-quality proteins contain all the essential amino acids, and animal foods like meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy are prime examples. They are the go-to sources for people seeking protein, as they have the right amino acid balance. On the other hand, plant foods generally have lower quality proteins because they lack some essential amino acids. While most fruits and vegetables are poor protein sources, plant foods like baked beans, split peas, lentils, peanuts, nuts, seeds, and grains contribute significantly to our protein intake. However, each type of plant protein is deficient in one or more essential amino acids. For those not consuming animal products, it's essential to combine different types of plant foods within the same day to ensure a proper balance of essential amino acids. Combining foods like beans and rice, beans and corn, or peanut butter and bread provide a complete set of amino acids, compensating for the deficiencies in individual plant proteins. So, what are some of the other uses for protein? 3 main nutrients, protein, carbohydrate, and fat, are sources of calories. Protein and carbohydrate provide 4 calories per gram. Protein is crucial for repairing and maintaining body tissues. When people consume more protein than needed for tissue maintenance, the excess is used for energy or stored as fat. If calorie intake is insufficient, protein is used for energy instead of its primary role in maintaining the body. Ensuring adequate protein and a balanced diet with enough calories is essential. This way, protein can fulfill its intended functions in tissues, while fat and carbohydrate meet energy requirements. So, what are your body's protein requirements? Everyone needs protein for various reasons, such as growth, and the amount depends on factors like body size. Children require more protein per pound than adults due to growth, while pregnant and nursing women need extra for baby development and milk production. The Dietary Reference Intake, or DRI, guides us on daily protein requirements. Use the formula 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. To convert weight to kilograms, divide pounds by 2.2. This person has a protein requirement of 60 grams per day. Now let's learn about some of the medical conditions that are related to proteins. Protein imbalances can cause serious health issues, including nervous system problems, metabolic disorders, organ failure, and even death. For instance, severe protein deficiency is seen in conditions like kwashiorkor and anorexia nervosa. Malfunctioning proteins can result in various medical medical conditions and in some cases lead to death. Examples include childhood obesity, retinal breakdown causing blindness, hearing loss, and type 2 diabetes. One specific case is the dysfunction of the protein cilia and its impact. Inadequate cilia in flagella can lead to sperm dysmotility. Defective cilia in the respiratory tract can cause chronic lung infections. Dysfunctional cilia in the fallopian tubes can result in infertility. This is all on proteins for this episode. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Watch more videos by clicking on the video here.